Here is a documented finding from behavioral science that no self-improvement channel wants you to know. Understanding why you are stuck does not make you move. A 2022 meta-analysis across 47 self-help studies found that psychological awareness alone produced zero measurable behavior change in 94% of participants. Zero. You already know what to do, you know what to eat, you know when to sleep, you know what to stop, you know what to start. You have known for months, maybe years, and you still haven't done it. So here is the question before we go any further. If understanding the psychology of being stuck doesn't change behavior, why is this video worth watching? Either the research is wrong, or most people watching this will still not move after it ends. Both things can be true. Stay until Force 5, because Force 5 is where the answer lives. Think about the last time you made a decision you were certain about. You were going to start. Monday, 1st of the month. The clarity felt real. The commitment felt real. Then Monday arrived. The chest was there. The intention was there. And still, you didn't move. Not because something stopped you, because something inside you already had. Force 1. Your brain treats your future self as a stranger. Neuroscientists at NYU documented this in 2011. Brain scans showed your future self activates the same neural regions as thinking about a complete stranger. Not you, a stranger. When you say, "I'll start Monday," you are making a promise to someone your brain does not recognize as you. Monday arrives. Now, you shows up. Now, you never agreed to anything. Every plan you have made for future you is a promise to a stranger, and you have been keeping a stranger's promises your whole life. But here is where it gets more complicated. The same research found that when people were shown age-progressed images of themselves, their future self felt real, and they saved more money. So the brain can be changed. The stranger can become you again. Force 2. Your brain prices the cost before it sees the reward. Every time you move towards something your brain values, it registers what it will lose first. The session costs comfort. The hard conversation costs peace. Loss aversion, documented across 40 years of behavioral economics, means the brain weights that cost at roughly twice the value of any potential gain. You are not avoiding the goal. You are avoiding the loss the goal requires. These are completely different problems with completely different exits. Force 3. Consuming knowledge activates the same reward as creating something. Variable reward, the same mechanism inside slot machines, is engineered into every feed, every inbox, every app. Each scroll gives your brain a dopamine hit, and the brain cannot tell that hit from the hit of completing real work. You finish a session of consuming feeling, like you have done something. The chest settles with vague satisfaction. You haven't done anything, but the chemistry is almost identical. Can you feel the Force 3 right now? According to the research, it is the same feeling people report after scrolling for 2 hours. So the question is not whether this video is useful. The question is, what are you going to do in the 30 minutes after it ends? Force 4. Your identity is protecting its current version of you. The greatest revolution of our generation is the discovery that human beings, by changing the inner attitudes of their minds, can change the outer aspects of their lives. William James, Harvard psychologist, 1890. William James wrote that in 1890. 136 years later, every self-help framework is built on the same idea. Change your identity. Here is what they do not tell you. Identity change almost never happens through intention. It happens through evidence. Your brain will not accept a new identity story. Until you give it proof, the research is unambiguous. One act against your current identity pattern does more to rewire the self-concept than 6 months of believing you should change. You do not think your way into a new identity. You act your way into it. Force 5. The information age taught your brain that learning is the same as doing. This force is specific to right now, to the next few years. It did not exist in the same form 30 years ago. Before the information era, knowing something meant you had worked for it. The knowing came after the doing. You built the thing, then you understood the principle. This generation is the most psychologically informed in history. It is also one of the most stuck. That is not a coincidence. The information itself became the trap. The research says understanding these 5 forces changes behavior in less than 6% of cases. So statistically, this video should not help you. But here is what the same research found about the 6% who did change. They did not change because they understood more. 5 forces, all documented, all running right now. You already know what to do. You just learned why you haven't. Now the only question is whether you are in the 6% or the 94%. That answer is not made here. It is made in the next hour of your life. Do you plan for future you or live for now you? Comment, future or now. Hear what is next. Now it costs nothing. You can spend a weekend understanding exactly how to build a business, a body, a relationship, and the brain, which was designed to treat knowledge as a signal of effort, gives you the reward anyway. The satisfaction of having understood, without having moved. Here is the moment most people skip past. You have watched content like this before. You have understood something, felt it land, and then opened Instagram before the video ended. The forces did not disappear because you named them. Naming is not the exit, it is only the door. Which force hit you hardest? And more importantly, what is the one thing you are doing in the next 60 minutes? Drop it below. Not tomorrow. Now. The comment is the act. Subscribe, because the next video names 5 more documented forces that most psychology channels are not brave enough to name.